say ya, come on, let them say ya. That in my business, you catching fever. Getting serious like empty river. Ain't no stopping by the river. And as we coming, we sweeping, we cutting, we moving all the way. Yeah. We coming, yeah. As we coming, we sweeping, we coming. And then when we meet obstacles, yeah, you coming, yeah. We coming. When the year is been checking you again, guys, we come.
And so we say welcome again to a brand new edition of the program, The Bottom Line. Today is Friday, a beautiful weekend, the 21st day of April 2023, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. So October is going to be the biggest month of the year for Liberia. Because it is expected to have our general and presidential elections to usher in new leadership or to retain the old leadership. That is a choice that Liberians have to make. And so the countdown is on, and we will do our best to keep you abreast of the events as they unfold fast forward leading to the elections. But let me say welcome to The Bottom Line. And tonight we're going to have very interesting discussions. Last week it was on Tuesday of this week, we initiated a small section of the program that is called Examining the characters of the people who want to be our leaders. And that little session of the program will give us the opportunity to discuss our leaders, people who want to be our leaders, to see how qualified they are, or what can they contribute, what are they promising. And so it's going to be interesting tonight. Paul and I will be here and to give you the best of information that we can give you. Okay, so but we're going to take a musical break, and when we come back, we will be taking you directly into our discussions. As usual, you know, we like to play this music by Tai Kunjie, because this music is actually interesting when it comes to what unfolds in Liberia in the political arena. And so we love to play this music. We have no copyrights to it, but because it suits our occasion and the what we do, that's why we normally play it. So we'll be back and then take you through the rest of the discussions.
My people, where you at? Wake up from your slumber, stop sleeping. Wave your hands, come on. I know you're sleeping now, you gotta wake up some more, yeah? Okay, let's go. The people fool us, the people lie to us, the government betray us, they betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not know. I said we tired with their lies, we tired with their promises that led us to all our damages. We tired with that speech they preach in thee, and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrate us. So why did you lie? Why did you steal? Why did you allow the citizens to beat? You see, we just tell you, That's why we voted you. But you fool us, you screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us, so the people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they go knock the corrupt. No one to trust. My people don't want to hope on. Nobody. My hope that I have been broken. I'm telling you, brother. So where are the schools? Where are the roads? Where are the jobs that they say they could afford? But they're too selfish. The people tired with their rhetoric. People tired, they tired. You see the reason why we ask why the government betray. They have enough of time, but yeah, then instead they delay. People suffer. No work for people crying for hunger. Look at. Your vision and your mission, your intention to the nation, they poor. You got nothing to show. Nothing. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. They lie. The people fool us, so the people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they go knock the corrupt. We tired with the promises that led us to all our damages. We tired with that speech they preach indeed, and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw it frustrate us. So why did you lie? Why did you steal? Why did you allow the citizens to be? You see, we just tell you that's why we voted you. But you fool us. You screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie.
Well. Paul, let me say welcome to you. And tonight is going to be a great show from what I see, because you look sharp and all set, ready to get the ball rolling. So let me say welcome to you, Paul, from the UK. How are you doing?
Linford, I'm absolutely great, and it's good to be back here. And good evening to you as well.
Thank you. And
Yeah.
what's on your mind? Today is the 21st of April. It's going so fast, and it's been 1 week since we assembled in Stockholm, and today is the 21st of April. 1 week is gone since we assembled, and next will be the 28th. What's on your mind?
Well, what's on my mind is few things. Mama
Mm,
Liberia, as usual, is on my mind,
mm,
and also the geopolitics of the world, the way things are turning around with these mergers of Russia, South Africa, India, and China, all of these things about the BRICS. So all of it and the economic crisis within the world is also on my mind. But moreover, Liberia is my focus. There'll be election this year. and Liberia is on my mind. And I hope our people see reasoning and see logic to put the right person in there to put that will put Liberia back on the map. That's what on my mind.
Mhm. And if there is anything on my mind, I think I would primarily say it is the elections because like you said, we're going to have elections this year, and we're in April. Elections are slated for October this year. So if we do the countdown, it's like May, June, July, August, September, October. That's roughly 6 months. Okay. So if
Yeah.
you take it like 30 days each, we're going to have like 3 times 6, 18, like 180 days or little over 180 days, make it 185, 86 days to go to elections. And in fact, less than 185 days because elections will be April 10 or October 10. It's not going to be the whole of October though. So minus 20 days from there. So yeah, but we are progressing towards the elections, and we expect things to happen between now and that time. It will be a lot of things happening. There will be punches, political punches that will be thrown. There will be political agreement. Political marriages will be entered into, and political divorces will also take place. And so a lot of things will happen, and we're looking forward to that. And I think that's the beauty of democracy. But tonight, from our side, we'll be discussing um, uh, or continuing the discussions with our leaders, people who want to be our leaders, our political wannabes, people who think they can lead us. We're going to continue to put them under the microscope, put them, examine them to see who they are, what they can do, what they are capable of doing, offering us or delivering to us. And so that's basically from my side. And what do you have for us in store, Paul?
Well, the thing is, before we go further, I think you need to make the announcement why we're not on Bottomline Live because of
Oh,
the
okay, yeah, you're right.
democracy. Yeah,
Uh,
people may be searching for also those who watching on they can share the show because Bottomline we have been blocked for some reason known to Facebook. We don't know, and so Linfo, you can talk to about that, please.
okay, thank you, Paul, for bringing that to my attention. Normally, let me just explain to you, viewers. Normally, we have an app, okay, that we broadcast on, that we do the podcast on, and that app is connected to our bottom line Facebook. So when we open this app and log on, it goes automatically to our bottom line Facebook. And so that's how you manage to see us on bottom line or on Facebook in your various groups, or else you will not see us because it's just like a medium. This app is just a medium through which we broadcast on Facebook. It's like if I go and open my Facebook Live, ordinary Facebook, I can still do the same thing, but the quality is not good, and sometimes Facebook will do all kinds of things. So there is this connection between this app and Facebook, and sometimes Facebook will deny access to the app, or the app will deny access to Facebook. The app will say, "Well, we're not connecting you today," and we don't know why. They do it many times. Sometimes it's short stay, and sometimes it's like 1 or 2 days in between. But then when it happens on the day that we are coming on, then it becomes difficult for you to watch us on our bottom line Facebook. So now, of course, we are using that app, but we are using it on our individual Facebooks. Okay, Paul is on his Facebook and I am on my Facebook. So if you are a friend to Paul, all you do, share a video to your various contacts, because you're not going to get us on our bottom line Facebook tonight. That's why we do not have all our viewers are usually on that page. But because we are not on that page tonight, we are denied access tonight. That's why you see we got limited amount of viewers. But if you are on my page, because I see I have one person on my page and one person on Paul's page, but if you share a video to your contact, when they start to watch it, then it will reflect on our page. So on our both pages. So then we get a show going. But it doesn't mean that only 2 people watching us. No, because if you share the show, people will be watching it on your page. So it's not going to be on my page unless my own friends log on. So if you share it, people will watch it on your page, but it will not reflect here because they are not our friends. They are your friends. So you will see them. So that's about it. And we regret the incidents. We have no control over that because besides this app, we use Facebook free. Okay, only the app we pay for. So if Facebook said today we're not using that app, we can question them why, because that's it. But we hope it will be restored by the end of the, in fact, over the weekend, and then by Tuesday we'll be back on our bottom line page. But let me say, welcome to those of you who are watching us. All you have to do, share the video, and then when you share it, you're going to see how many people will be watching it from your page and not on our page here because they are not our friends. So, Paul, you care to tell us what you have for us in store tonight?
And equally so, is on YouTube, as and people can view it also from YouTube.
Right.
Yeah, so that's one of the things. So yes, before let before we go into politics today, let's look at other international news.
Mm-hmm.
Lately in the past few days, Kenya have sent rocket to space. They meant to send rocket to space. That will boost their economy as well, and also to be sharing arms with the great power like United States, Russia, and China. So that is a big boost for Africa. If Kenya can do that, I know at some point last year, Rwanda were looking at that direction as well. So all of these things that the geopolitics that is happening, why is it Liberia the first country on that continent is so behind of all of this and we still struggling. So it's something that we need to just tap in a little bit. And then to start the show with, we have one of the most interesting lawmaker called Yeke Koluba. He did something dramatic few days ago. And I just want to, it's funny to see Yeke, he have this sense of humor that most politicians don't have. And he seems to connect well with the people with his behavior. Although his utterances may not be good, but he have a good relationship, human relationship that people can look at. So I just want to share this little fun and see what you guys think, so we can have a laugh. Because Yeka did something that remind me when I was a little boy too. So and you too, Linford, I guess it might have remind you. So look at this and tell me what you think of this.
Walk Cordoba studying at the Boulevard Road here, studying for truth. Right there, right
So Linford, this is funny. This guy remind me when I was 7 year old setting grumpy and all that orange in between cars. So Yeke just brought this sort of reminder to many like Brenda. And what Yeke is doing, you're trying to do, is actually to tell the government, which he's part of, that because of the suffering, that's why everybody is selling between cars. And it was some message you are trying to portray out there that they're not doing well. I mean, if the country is moving to a good direction, you will not find 6 year or 7 year old sitting between cars. If you go to Monrovia today as we speak, every corner, every junction, what we call a T junction, you'll see human being between cars selling some sort of items. So that's what Yeke was trying to show. I don't know what you make of his video.
Well, first and foremost, let me just give a little story about myself. I was a big boy almost because I was in junior high school already, attending Bassa Teenage, and because I used to like walking about to go to Central Town, Monrovia, and that was the only opportunity I could choose. And so I managed to convince my old mom and tell her that, well, when I come from school, I want to be, after I finish doing all my work, because we had our routine. In fact, I was the only big boy in the house, so I had my routine. The other ones were all small kids, so they couldn't do anything much. So my routine was to make sure that all the dishes were clean, and then we had water in the house, but most time water used to go. So then we had a general pump right to John School. Anybody that live on the bypass, you know, Richard Nixon School. Around there, we used to have a pipe that would, and the pipe was literally on the road. So people would break it literally. They would need to break it because there were some people who did not have water. So that pipe was always broken. And every time that pipe got broken, the rest of us who were behind the line could not get water. So we had to go there to fetch water. And it was almost uh, 500 meters away from my house. So I had to go there to get water. And when I've done all my work and everything, then, I'm sitting home. I finished studying I don't want to post, but I was like a genius because I read all my notes. I know everything. And then, no need to study because, I know our school my grade. So then I wanted to be walking about. And the only way I could convince my own man, okay, if I'm going to play football, it has to be like around 3 or 4. I come home 6 o'clock. But then after 6 o'clock, what happens? Between 6 and 11 o'clock, that's a long time. So then I would look for somewhere to go. So I convinced my old man to sell Wheeler Market. I told her I want to be selling my Wheeler Market to be buy my small nothing. She said, okay, how do you study? I said, no, I'll be studying. And so I used to sell Wheeler Market. I remember there was this club on the bypass, right at the red light. Okay, right at the red light, Pastor Community. That club was called African Shrine. African Shrine. And there I would start every evening. At the time, Chiclet was, I think, 5 cents for the whole pack of Chiclet. And then Tova Mekane, I don't know how many of them were like 5 cents, plenty. Then cigarette, the cigarette, and they dancing the hedges, Winston, Paul, more, all those cigarettes. So I'll make sure I suck my Willow Market off, then I had a rope on the hang on my neck. So I'll start at the African Shrine. Then, that jail is starting, then people will pass more. Then walk and go to Crown. There used to be a very fat, tall, huge guy who used to be at the gate to Crown Cinema. You are my friend. When I go, then you say, begin, give me one candy now, I'll give you one candy there. He said, okay, get away. So people do like a show. They watch the first show. They come outside. Then he said, I know how you should do it, but you can collect a short ticket from them because there are 2 more shows. He said, begin, go inside, hold the ticket. I'll go inside, and then people say, begin, come so you can go all around the cinema, all the seats they buy from you. Then from there, I go to Gabriel Cinema. I'll finish to Roxy. Sometimes my Willow Market will be empty. I pull on I start to come home later. No, I'm telling you the long story to also tie in the security part of it. Okay, I'm just a boy around 12, 13 years old. Okay, and then I'm going out and coming home like 2 to 3 o'clock in the morning. I mean, with no harm. Nobody, I'm not looking over my shoulders that anybody will do anything to me. You see drunken people all walking, nobody killing them to take all their part. So this is how Liberia was. But to come to the Yeka Koluba aspect of it, Yeka reminded us of something which is HO. And it's not only this government, it's not only the Taylor government, it's not only the Ellen government, but this is something that we've been doing in Liberia all of the time. And people do that, I think, to supplement. The children will go and sell like you poor when you were selling. Not that things were very bad in Liberia like now, but again, it was like, just to supplement. Our parents knew what to do. The economists, the woman know that what the puppy bringing home may not be too much. So if you go to sell a little grumpy, and you remember that $1, $2 was plenty of money those days. You used to go to the market and buy something. So the day of luxury, like some of my long was trying to buy all my Willow Market, I'll get $6, $7. The whole Willow Market. Then I put a market on my shoulder, I start coming home. Then next I got to fill it up. Okay. So you see, we've been doing it, and we were doing it, like I said, just as activities. But now people do it for living. And so Yaka is giving this message that, look, listen, this is the daily life in Liberia. This time, now the children, now the kids that they used to say, go sit down by the grandpa or go sell boiled peanuts and all these things. Adults are living on this thing. You see, so the country have become so hard. But we don't want to say, we don't want to be unfair to say it was only this regime. That's why I brought in that story. But it has escalated to the point where others are now doing that to live or to feed the entire family. So, this is, I think this is something about third world countries that I don't understand. If you go to Cote d'Ivoire, Guinea, people still do those things. In the Philippines, I live practically in the Philippines. You go to the Philippines, you see people, the boxer, the famous boxer who is now senator, okay, Manny Pacquiao, he used to sell between the cars. He was selling cold water and all those things between the car. If you go to the Philippines now, you see the children all between the car. In fact, Liberia is even better. The children will sleep outside under the market stores. Thousands of children. Yeah, I'm telling you. And I used to stay in a particular hotel which is on the highway from the airport in the city. It's in the city. The highway is in the city. And there they got a bridge. They got two bridges in the city. The old and the new bridge. And under the new bridge is a wild area. And some people, the squatters live in the water there. Their houses are built inside the water because they got nowhere to live. So when the water comes, they can destroy them. They all go somewhere. After the flood go down, they can't build a house again. I guess it's seeing something. Now, there, the children so plenty. So when the sun gets hot in the afternoon, I just walk there. When you go there, you see the little kids. So I've been there this afternoon and giving and dividing money among the kids. And then because of the time difference, when it's in the night there, so it's in the day here. Okay, so then I'm not sleeping in the night, so I'll look for somewhere to go. So I decided to go to the equivalence of McDonald's, something they call I just forgot the name. So I decided to go there to grab something to eat. Then I met the same kids, like 7, 8-year-old children that I met in the day today, around 2 o'clock. And it's around almost 2 o'clock in the night. So the other little girl came to me and said, my friend, you know me? You gave me money today. I said, where? She said, under the bridge. I said, oh, but what are you doing? She said, I get nowhere to stay. I can stay here. So they there when you buy food, then you get it. So you see, that kind of thing is associated with third world countries. And the leaders, you can see that thing in the UK. You can see it in Norway. You see, because they provide, the government provides for the people. And I don't know where we're getting it wrong. Third world countries, I'm not too sure where we're getting it wrong. And I think this is where we need to come in.
It's not where we're getting it wrong. It's all based on poverty. Because if the government refuse to take their people on from poverty, this is where you get. Again, my country, Liberia is a classic one. The country, the landmark is big, the population is small, and the country is extremely rich, and then people sitting between cars. So Yeke is making a statement, and that statement is wild in the 21st century for this country that is so rich and the population so small that everybody could enjoy the wealth of that country. People still sitting between cars. That's the point.
And the examples I was giving, Cote d'Ivoire, yes, they got some resources, but look at a country like Philippines, they got nothing. It's just a group of islands. Okay,
Agree.
7,100 islands, 7,100 islands. So some of the islands are as big as Morovia, or just small portion. Okay, so those people got nothing to do. And then imagine the last time I checked, they had 108 million people. So in every room, if you do your math book, every room you have almost 10 to 15 people living in one room. You see, so the poverty rate is high. So the reason why I ask, where are we getting it wrong? We the third world country. You see, we born so many children with no care. So then, I met a woman who had 14 children and she was pregnant for the 15th one. So can you imagine? Tell me, even if you're a millionaire, how do you take care of them?
But Linfo, the thing is, let's forget about the other country. This is Liberia, for Christ's sake. We know it's all over the world. India is there. India is a world power. The population is huge. But for Christ's sake, Liberia, if George Weah can build a 49 condominium, do you know how many children will now be sitting between cars? Yeah, police. The country is so rich for people in the 21st century to be doing that. It's not a country with huge populations. Everybody like Nigeria and other places. The population of our country is so small. The richest in that country, no child should be selling cold water for Christ's
No,
sake in
no,
Liberia.
to be frank,
And that's the point
Yeah, I agree with you, Paul. I was just broadening the discussion, to bring in other countries to compare, because these kind of things are always associated with developing countries that are not, like in the West. Now, you see, look at Norway and Liberia have the same population, 4.5 million or 5 million. We here, in fact, if you move all the foreigners from here, they come to around 2 million, 2 point something million. Okay, but can you imagine that these people provide for their citizens, the elderly people, even people with disabilities, they get all they need. So what about Liberia that got, and some of our mistakes? During early regime, they discovered oil in Liberia, oil black. Just before, in a trillion of an hour, they sold all the oil blacks to foreigners. And then we say that, how many people enjoy from that oil? Norway, yeah, they got nothing. They can't grow anything. Nothing can grow there. Besides small place where they can grow small strawberry and thing. Then the fishery, even the fish, they can grow here. The fish that they produce here, it's so expensive here. You got to go to a neighboring country to buy it. You see? But the people, they feed their people because they play.
So what's the difference with these people and us? We are the same human being. We get the same red
Mismanagement.
blood going through our vein. So
Yeah,
why is it
mismanagement.
that we too corrupt to the? And the reason why I'm saying this, it's just we sit by and we say, oh, we accept it. Some calling person will come and say, oh, and give some flinky excuse, and then when they get there, they can't do the right thing. So why is it that we suffering? And this go back to say all of this nonsense that is happening in Liberia about, oh, the other people rule for 150 years, blah blah blah. The country people came since when? Dota. They can't make any difference. Where are we heading? And
No,
there's
they made a
something.
difference. The difference they made is the damage more than it should be
Oh,
before.
thank you.
So that was the
I'll talk
difference they
about
made.
in good way. But
Mhm.
for those who following us behind the scene, we're not on bottom line today because we have some technical issues. So please share the show in your various chat room. Link for if you on link for page, you can see it on my page. You can follow. Please share this, and those who are, if you also on YouTube, you can also watch off on YouTube. Yeah. So what I was saying, link for the country too small, a small country that every child, instead of selling cold water, plenty chips, peanuts, the time they take to be between cars, the children will be in school. Because the future of the country depends on the young generation. It could be another Barack Obama sitting between those cars. Why can't we focus on those kids? And the statement Yerke is making, see, this is wrong. For countries such as Liberia, Metasty is there in Liberia. The kind of money they're taking out of that country, and only a handful of people benefiting from what Meta is taking out. Other concession area too are there. Government collect taxes, they build mansions for themselves. People go to their homes and worship them. Lawmakers that were in Zin House today ride $40,000 car, earning $15,000. What's wrong with Liberia? The executive, the how they call it, the legislature, and those who interpret the laws, all of them just rotten set of apples. Or can
You
nobody
see,
see
you
sense?
you you ask one question: what's wrong with Liberia? I don't think there is something wrong with the country, but there is something wrong with the people. Hmm? There is something wrong with us as a people living in Liberia. No, let me tell you one thing. Take all of us from Liberia, carry us to UK. Take few people from UK, white people, carry them to Liberia. After 2 years, go and see Liberia will be just like UK, UK will be like Liberia. The thing is inside us. Now, our mentality, people will tell you in your face that we don't want development. We want to be like what we are. That's what we know. To the point where you got presidential candidates. People are giving their platforms, and they can clearly see in the mirror those platforms. the ones that will benefit them, they can see it, but they say, no, we don't want it. We want the old one, the one that been suffering us. So the problem is with the people, it's not with the country. And God gave us, let me tell you, God can do everything for you. Probably God gave us too much riches, and then on top of it, we're stupid, so to speak, because that we cannot make a sound decision.
So the stupidness is to enrich yourself and then you get the other people suffer. That's the stupidness.
Paul, listen, I will not blame our leaders. Some in all cases, people going listen to me, Paul. Let me get learn. People going kill behind George Weah again. So who you blame? The same people who suffering.
I won't blame George Weah here because they are 100 and I would say 105.
105 or 3 lawmakers. Okay.
105 of them. Okay. The president, the Supreme Court, who the Chief Justice, out and make it 106. Okay. No, the vice president under the president. So let's make it 105. You got 103 lawmakers. You get the president, that 104. Then you get the Supreme Court, that 105. So let's move the president from there. You got 104. They 104, their intention is to break the country into pieces. So we cannot blame one person on this. Why is it a poor country like Liberia, or rich country, natural resources, that a lawmaker in Liberia will be making more than the lawmaker in the UK here? Mm-hmm. And the one in the UK salary, he pay his own way to work. The government here does not buy car for them. But a country like Liberia, you are living in Zinhorst, the people elect you, the next thing you get $45,000 car, they pay your rent. In 2 months' time, the Zinhorst now turn to mansion. We are just wicked set of people, the leaders. They are just wicked set of people. That's what I would say. It can't hold.
So do you agree with me when I tell you that the problem is with all the people? Because the thing is, just look at it again. Yeah, election coming. The people you think he said they're suffering. People are not boss. They can see. They're not crazy. They get sense. They're not deaf. They can hear. They can feel. They can feel hungry. They can get sick.
You know what we're doing for? This thing will repeat it when we're on the main and bottom line page. Because there's something here this woman called Linda Greenfield spoke of. Mm-hmm. Liberia. And if any son Liberia listen to this, they will know how bad it is that the so-called people that we elect to say they must lead us, they are just bad as some kind of thief sitting down in an area in the UK called Brixton. So I want to play this thing and then let me get your view on this. Well, and we'll have to repeat this program when we put it back on the bottom line because that's where we'll talk about it more. So listen to this and give me your feedback.
And that's taking on a number of issues. Foremost among them is the issue of corruption. And this is an issue that we are seeing across the board, not just in Liberia, but in other places. And for me, corruption is an act of robbery, plain and simple. It's a cancer in our societies. It is government stealing from the people of Liberia, from the mouths of children. It takes away access to health care. It denies citizens their right to public safety. It stops young people of Liberia from getting the education they deserve. It takes the future away from them. It prevents this country from having the healthy business environment that it needs to lift Liberia out of poverty. It has denied Liberia its place in history, a successful and prosperous country with so many resources to contribute to its people's well-being. Corruption is a democracy killer, and we cannot have that in a place like Liberia, which we're counting on as a bulwark for Africa's democracy. To me, this is the most pressing, it's the most forward-looking challenge.
So you see where we're coming from?
Yeah, see, but this is not anything strange to anybody who will call themselves Liberians. This is something that we see everywhere. This is something that has been living with us from the time we were born. We're born into it. Most of us are born into it. We saw it. So people consider it to just be normal. But listen to what she said. It's a democracy killer. It's a broad day robbery. Active robbery. It denies people of their place, of their entitlement. Me, but my thing here, Paul, my thing here, maybe people maybe not understanding me or people may not understand me. My thing here is if Paul corrupts from me or Paul steals from me, you think if I see Paul next time, I'll put my wallet down near him? No. Even myself, you got here I say the same people who are suffering as a result of this corruption. They were present when George Weah was just moving around the place. You were broke. You were living in a dilapidated house. Because I went there 2014 to rehab there. The house, it was hardly painted, no lead there. All the door open when I went there to go. They had to open the door in the day for cool air to come in. Yeah? There was a guy living there who bought my car that I brought from here that I was using. So I went to deliver the car to the guy there. And I was there, I saw the house. So it didn't look there somebody who was a millionaire house. Then you had all the rest of the people, Natano Magana, who are living with frogs. Like some people say you were living in some island where all the frogs used to be. Then all of a sudden they got rich overnight. Okay? And you who voted for them, your condition had not improved. You used to eat 2 cups of rice way back. Now you eating only 1 cup. So now you can't find it. But then the same people come and you see the disparity between you all. They're living way up there. But they come to you again and say, I can't vote for me. Then you're running behind them. So in the case now, I don't think I will just blame the leaders alone. I'll blame the people.
I will blame the leaders. The common man does not know the good and the bad.
The common man are crazy.
It
is true. Then why they can vote for the same people? Why they can't vote for good people?
You live up where you go to the people say, look, we tired with it nonsense. You're giving the opportunity me change the situation. You get there, you lie to the people. So what made it? They saw something in you and they put you there, and you betray the people.
No, I agree.
You betray them. You don't want
you said not getting my point. My point is okay. Wait. If I came to your put yourself in a photos case, I came to your, I said, oh, John Brandon been doing a party. So I had a good man. You put me there,
and they trust
you. Put me there. President, you put me there for 6 years.
No, not president. It could be representative.
Yeah, anybody. I just using the president.
Yeah.
You put me there for 6 years, senator for let me make it sure. Representative, you put me there for 6 years. I live my whole life. Wake up, I can go get married in Paris. All right, you honor me now. You're suffering. Then I come by. I had the same person. I come by again to you. Then you're all sending to vote for me. So who you bringing the case?
No, because I know the people in Liberia have been changing lawmakers, and I know that for a fact they've been doing it. If they're not satisfied with you, they replace you. So the people who come and lie to the people say, "Oh, we'll go in our house to change." These are wicked people that lie to the common people, and this is the point I'm making. Lie to the extreme that they will go there because look, I will give example on people like Darren Dillon who came with the big news they liked. And he will get there, he wouldn't show access, he declared access, he only had $3.25 or 80 cents in his account. Today he able to show how much in his account. Those are the bad
characters. Do you also believe that Darren Dillon will go, he want to go for second time and see people vote for him?
I doubt he will not get it. I can tell you because I can give you a classic example. There's one county in Liberia, River G. They never keep a senator or representative for second term. It's been happening all over the place. Keep my other places. So let's be fair with the people come and lie. They come to steal. So you can't blame the common man. The common man trusts you.
So what about Joe Weah? What about Joe Weah that going for?
Joe Weah wouldn't got there when?
6 years ago.
5 years ago, in the 6 years,
Yeah.
have they put him back?
But people are going to vote for him. This is a
No,
man that
okay,
people.
some people like the people always vote for people. Even the bad people, they always vote for them. But will he be back? When he dead, then he can make that
you don't know.
comparison.
You don't know. Why I say
But then you can't make that because he have not been voted for the second time. So we cannot say it.
So then why is there fear in the opposition community that, oh, you know, we got to find how to move this man. So why can't we get me relaxed and think that no, you're dealing with a people, Paul. This is no way that you can defend these people. You're dealing with a population of people whose understanding is quite different. If people can be going for Joseph Yuma Boakai,
and this is where I hold you. This is where I hold you. And you know the population is a population that very unreasonable population. They say they what is stupid, don't underestimate the stupid people because they can do anything.
Yeah.
So you are no better now for you to can't change the mindset of the people. You become worse than the people.
Who now?
Those that are elected.
No. You see, Paul, you're making some kind of mistake somewhere where you know.
No, I'm making no mistake.
You're making a mistake. The mistake you're making is, you keep blaming the people who, no, those people who.
Blaming the people, I blame the thieves.
Yeah.
I blame the thieves.
You're blaming the people who come in with a notion that they come to change the situation.
I blame the thief because the thieves can steal more.
Yeah, because this is the only way they can steal. So you think when they come and steal you say, steal from you, you will not come and say, Paul,
so you now endorse stealing is a better thing than for the country because you go by and say this thing has been there for years.
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is the first thing you can read a man of the man who come in to say I will change the place.
Right.
You can read, yeah. Okay. So you vote for the guy. My point here is if you vote for this guy who came and said he will change his thing here, then you see the man is not changing the thing. Then the second time for the man to vote, you then go. That's my point. You will go behind. Then you are the
thing I'm saying is just other circumstances, but a lot of people have voted, a lot of people out. And I can tell you, I can give names. A lot of people have been voted out.
Okay, wait, let me tell you. Look at Mele, I can't agree. He going for a second term. Yeah? Mele, that you think he should have gone for a second term? Yeah?
So
yeah.
What did he do in the first term?
Nothing.
He did do nothing.
And they went for him.
Right. So that's that one.
Yeah.
That one person. How many of them in our house that went for second term that they stay keeping? How many times?
He won his second term. In fact, maybe a third term.
Vanish Sherman.
Yeah. And when the guy comment we said.
He did a first term, he go second term.
You were not hearing government?
I say his first term in Rivergy because at 9 years.
Oh, okay.
He goes so he got the Meton TIJ, I think this now he gonna vote for a second term. And the other one, the president pro term, he was in the government, he now tried to go for second term. There are just a handful of people that will say, and I will give the names. You see the Joa Howard Taylor, she went twice. Prince Johnson went twice. Right?
And
then you have there's a guy they call Thomas Sir Joseph and Thomas Fowler.
Yeah.
Those are the people, they're not many of them. Maybe Akaros will be in agreement. So there are about 5 of them, but majority of them have been replaced. That is the fact. Majority of them have been replaced. So the fact is that the people keep replacing them because they don't trust them. That means the people are good. So the wicked guys that sit back and come and pretend. Those are the people my frustration on. If you sat in a Zine house.
My frustration is with the people who will see the bad people and say go vote for them.
Well, the thing is, you can't sweep more somebody and they believe that you're going to change them. And I give example of
that. My argument is if the guy is bad for the first time and you go for him for the second time, then
they're not voting these people twice. And you don't want to keep saying it because they are 100.
It happened before. Even that one person they voted twice, it happened.
The fact is there are 105 of them, and then when they go back,
I always bring it down to the president. This is the president who failed this money. Then people are still going to vote, and he inside admitted he didn't do anything, but people still going to vote for him.
They have not voted for the second term, so you cannot.
Why are we worried? Why are we worried? Why then the
No,
opposition should just say,
all right. Besides, I said the country can flow with the other 104 people. If they're not doing the right thing, the country suffer, and that's the point. 104 lawmakers, they sit there, they drown the country, and they want. I mean, no. Sometimes I wonder. I wish I could be a military person because those things. Then you find a true patriot in others people. That those sort of people, there's one thing you can do with them, and I will not say it on air.
okay, let's transition. Because you and I will not agree on this thing. Because no, don't fully people sorry for that word, but people who saw these people doing bad and they said, I mean, to the point where or George we will stand in front of the people and say the people voted for me, I do nothing for them, they voted for me.
But he right. He
Yeah,
right.
so then you consider the population to be good people? No.
Right, he right. Because you know how many times he ran for the position?
Somebody said you can make Liberia men scary with hard time. So they used to it.
Yeah, so but you know how many times George we are ran, right?
No,
Not once.
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
No, so
It doesn't matter how many times
because
he
he
ran.
ran so
But
many
the thing
times,
is,
people say, okay, Senegal came try, like give it to him.
mhm.
Because he ran
Now
so
that
many times. So you can
yeah, but
now
now that they
the
saw that
experience
he's
they
not
got,
doing well, why they want to say go for him?
my man, the man get his party, he get his follower, they will support. Will the country pull him back? When the country pull him back, then you can ask that question.
Okay, no go ahead. And we
Wait.
here.
But I
That
know
man
you
will
will
go
not be
for
pulled back. So
that man will go second round with somebody. Can you imagine? It should not
even he
happen.
goes second round. But when they re-elect him, then you say the people they like, but he have not been tested yet, so we cannot
Yeah,
conclude on
no,
that.
the fact that we even thinking that he will go second round is what hurting me.
But I'm
This
not
is a
thinking
man,
that
the
he'll
coach
even
should
go second
outright
round.
reject him.
I'm not even thinking that he'll go second round. Unless because the people who keep carrying that propaganda that he'll go second round is his people. The
Okay,
guy has failed the people desperately. Why would he people voting and everywhere he turn in Liberia apart from sedition? Oh, it used to be 24-year looming. You can hear that anymore. It's the
I guess
perform badly.
yes.
Oh, okay. Anyway, we'll bring the discussion back on bottom
We'll
line
back
page
on
and
the
we'll
real
have
pattern
our
line,
audience and then
streamline. But
yeah.
like I said, we'll be. I don't know if you want us to go there now, where we'll be looking at our candidates or who's on the docket tonight
Well, the thing is, I think let's do it on Tuesday when we
on
set
Tuesday.
this up. Where we'll have a lot of followers and then we can
Okay.
talk about it. But I just want to talk a little bit about people that got in the minds of the common people that we just spoke of. The people like Eugene Fagonde, they were calling the Congo people days, your vote for we are our countrymen. It happened. This guy who is a travelist, for some reason because we are got rid of him, he are now flip-flop to my old man Boakai to say he supported him and he said a lot of bad things about the old man before. So these guys, they're going from places where they found centenary to go and do what they want to do. They have now found another safe haven where they can go to. Maybe when they succeed, then they'll give them something. So I just want us to look at this Eugene Fagon a little bit about the kind of travel politics he's been preaching lately. Are the people in Liberia, you the ones say the people not right people, something not right with their minds, which I tend to agree with you. But this travel thing, how you see it? Do you think Eugene Fagon doing the right thing? They're not educating the people, but they're only pushing travel line, travel thing. So if you come from Nima County, because we'll pick Jeremiah Kuhn, and then Jeremiah Kuhn will bring everybody from Nima County. It will be Yomli. Yomli will bring everybody from Grand Bassa County. Why you look at this travel thing? In the
No,
21st century, what you make of this travel thing?
no, listen. I think I have lived for a while now, and I have grown enough to know reality or to see material things and immaterial things. That they no. Or Eugene Fangon. Or Eugene Fangon. If
Mhm.
he was a commodity on the market, I will tell you that it's the leftover item that people will. Let me tell you. I remember when we were young boys, we used to go play football games, various towns and villages. When you're getting the time, y'all right away, all the boys, y'all see the beautiful girl there. Then y'all see your leftover girl in the town. She the one can be rushing to go look for men. She the one can be greeting people fast because she's left over. Nobody looking at her. It's the lack of Eugene Fangon. That video you will play, you will see the background. Where was Eugene Fangon when you're making no video? He was sitting there in one little shop. And with all his loud mouth, he used to make all the noise. They were so weird to the Liberian people. And they very weird became his enemy because we could not give him what he wanted.
Yeah.
In fact, look, go back to the history of Eugene Fangon, who he started with politically. He started with Bernard Najure. When Bernard Najure, he saw that there was no real bright light at the end of the tunnel for Bernard Najure, he switched. He was floating. He attempted United Party at some time, but he couldn't find it. So then he came to George Weah when he knew that George Weah was actually going to win. He's not an original citizen. He's an opportunist. So they sold George Weah to the Liberian people. And when George Weah put him in the government, the same noise he makes, without thinking, he talks before he thinks. He got a loggerhead with George Weah. But let me tell you, Paul, George Weah is not my man. It's not my political team. But I gave this one to George Weah and asked me, what is that?
Wow.
George Weah, when he knows that you are against him, you and he cannot agree for some reason. My friend, when George Weah say no to you, you can go up, you can down. I know. Look at most of your close friends. Something happened between them. George Weah say, the door is closed. That's it. Now we always hear their side. We have never heard George Weah's side. And they will always come on the air and blast him. I will give you examples. Obe. Nobody know what actually happened between him and George Weah. The same man that put a lab behind Mr. Cummings today for George Weah business. When George Weah parking like a broken down car outside, not even in the garage, but outside, he made all the noise. George Weah never even turned around to look at him. Eugene Fangon, all the noise he used to make when George Weah parking, they turned their back on him. He had done everything possible. He had attacked George Weah. He had talked in favor of CDC at sometimes he stayed in the CDC, sometimes he independent. George Weah turned his back on him. So George Weah got this one under his shoulder. When he says, that's it, that's it. Okay? So Former Boakai has clearly spelled the word desperation or desperate. He spelled it for two people. Henry Costa did the same thing to him, ridiculed him, denigrated him, reduced him to nothing. He took the same Henry Costa came to be his savior today. Eugene Fangon, he called the man political cartel, all kinds of names. That we'll listen to the video. And the same Eugene Fangon can be the conductor of Joe Boakai train today. That he knows when you see. So I know that could not happen to George Weah. George Weah will rather lose the election than to bring in people who have no essence.
Yeah.
And who told you that Eugene Fangon cannot turn around tomorrow? And did you listen to the reason why Eugene Fangon? Because before he went to Boakai, he was trying some game with Cummings. Do you know the reason? Did you listen to him from his own mouth? The reason why he went against Cummings recently?
No.
Simply because he said when the case was against Mr. Cummings, he was talking for Mr. Cummings. And he was not talking from Mr. Cummings when he was in the government. When they are kicked him out, he was hanging like bat, nowhere to sleep, living with Ke Hassan. That's when he was looking for a place to be now. So he was looking for a loophole. Then the case came against Mr. Cummings. He said, okay, I think I can start talking for Mr. Cummings. maybe he'll feel sorry for me. So according to him, he talked for Mr. Cummings. I don't know what he said though, and what impact did he make. But Mr. Cummings did not take a proof to call him. And that's all. That's the reason why he turned against Mr. Cummings. So you think if I were Joe Boakai, I would take a kind of man for serious. But again, this is a political season, and they'll use him. And I know there's smart boys in the Unity Party, so they'll use that. And trust me, today is what? April 21. Trust me, what I'm telling you, Eugene Fargon will run into a problem with Unity Party. Trust me, it will be other election or after election.
I like what you're saying. So
Trust me.
They were using and they were dumping.
That's it.
But remember, the other Unity Party a more a tribal thing than the other Unity Party on Ellen.
Right. On Ellen, that was open.
So Eugene actually fit into the particular Unity Party because it's more tribal. If you look at it from a distance, Eugene preached a tribal thing. So this one is more tribal. And that's
do you think the old man is actually going to trust this guy all the way to the end?
I don't know. The old man, you said it, say he's desperate. When somebody desperate, he can go with anyone. Yeah. So you want to listen to what he said about the old man before?
Sure, let's listen to him and then we can start from there.
Okay.
The idea that a 75-year-old man who spent 42 years of his life working in a government that we never knew, for a country that does not even nearly exist and has nothing to show for it, will continue to lead us. Somebody must have a brain tumor. We all don't. And here is the help I'm offering tonight. To come against the arguments that they've been making on social media. Argument number one. Joseph Boakai have experience. What sort of experience?
Get a video. Let's watch the video.
Good experience or bad experience? I'm talking to somebody tonight. Good experience or bad experience? Bad experience. There is nothing credible to show. Absolutely nothing. The idea that a 75-year-old man
What your thought? You watched
when the video was playing, the original video. Did you see the amount of love and likes?
Yeah.
That is a sign to show that what he was saying resonated with people at that time.
Yeah.
That people believed in him. And for all indications, do you know how many votes he took away from the Unity Party in 2017 by making a kind of statement?
Yeah.
So is this the kind of man that you would take to bring him close to you? You know, there was another video I saw about a lady. Somebody shared, or I just came across it from one of my friends' page, and this lady was saying, it's not bad to forgive. If anybody does anything to you, it's not bad to forgive them, but keep them far away from you. Forgive them, but keep a distance away from them. Because if you bring them closer to you, they'll do you more damage. So if this 75-year-old man, and I think Eugene Fargon himself has got brain tumor now. Because he said people who will believe that this man can deliver anything, something must be wrong with them, they get brain tumor. So I think he himself got brain problem now, that he will be the conductor of, but you know, like you said, in fact, I want you to say, I think I still have that video. I will edit it and move all the Nigerian actors. So let the whole thing be connected, let him flow. Yeah. You see, so I think something is inherently wrong with the old man. If you go to Henry Costa, the same thing Costa said about him. If you go to Gibson Jeru, the same thing Gibson Jeru said about him. Okay?
So, but
So Liberian people, don't you understand that this man is inept? Come on, man.
man, it's sad, man.
It's sad.
Let's dive into the thing in our next show when we put it back on the bottom line because this is interesting.
Mhm.
Then we can do the comparison analysis. Now, why is it these people now are now found safe haven to go on the other side? And if
It's part of
what it told
the
us,
Kekra theory. Hang your
yeah,
clothes where the sun shines. Okay?
hang your
So,
clothes,
I mean,
yeah.
I told you, Eugene Franco has become a non-entity politically. I mean, he doesn't belong anywhere. So
But
he's looking for belongingness.
it's good to expose these kind of people because their the characteristics they carry around is not a good thing. They are people. You said our society, the people don't think. So for this kind of guy, honestly, he will have influence over some people.
Yes.
This is
No,
situation.
listen,
So
I listen to Spoon all the time. Every time I go to work in the morning, the first thing I do, I listen to the day for yesterday and yesterday also. The day for yesterday, the guy corner Eugene Fango, they wanted to play that video. And finally he ran away. Okay? He ran away from the show. He said you're rushing somewhere. And this morning, yesterday when I listened to this morning, there were people even calling and praising Eugene Fango that he's on the JMB team. Can you imagine? So are you dealing with normal people here?
you're
Yeah.
dealing
So
with very normal people, and I'll tell you this, yeah. I grew up, you know where I grew up? I grew up right in Jonathan. My friends that I grew up with, Loma, Gisi, Bandy, they were the people that I grew up with. All my Loma friends, everyone from Lofa County there, they wouldn't talk to me nicely because I do not support Joseph Boakai. And I got a caller who called me my childhood friend. Why you can't talk to your man coming to get go on a papier so we can beat you? So I said, on what ground? Convince me what this man will do that will benefit me. That will give me because the man that was the argument. I said, because somebody is that what make because he will make a difference in my life? I thought you're going to say, these are the policy the man get that will benefit you. But you're not seeing it because he's old. So that travel thing that they brought into the race, that was a Eugene Fagon. He fitted neatly in that mix of the travel thing. And remember too, there was a clip by the late Charles Walker Bronsky on the same travel thing about the former vice president. The clip is there. And Henry Costa made that same thing about the travel thing. It's there. So Eugene Fagon, he's a travelist and he fit neatly inside that new unity party, that travel party. So Eugene Fagon form a home that he can preach a travel thing. That's why he ran from Spoon one of guys challenging, said, the travel thing you bring in, it doesn't make sense. Because he's talking about senators that own this. Some of those senators will kick them out. You
yeah,
remember?
but when I listen to him, the senators play ball, and like because they don't think Liberian people. Let me tell you, Paul. Some Liberian people they just say now for you to open your mouth and teach them and tell them what to do. They're not thinking. They're so lazy to think. So they're sitting there, they listen. Let me hear what Frank will say today, or what Paul will say, or what Linfa will say. Yeah, that Linfa say, that Paul said it. That they're waiting for. So because Frank will say senator play ball. So you think Jeremiah Kuhn is going to bundle all of the people in Makane, tie in bundle and say, Joseph Boakai, here your vote.
Let me say something, not cutting you off, but remember the 2017, there were 19 senators that signed that actually endorsed the former vice president. 19 of them. I know that 19, how many of them went back? So that his senator play both. That's the mean the guy, I don't know what he think logically. Because there were 19 senators endorsed the incumbent of
And you know, when he says it, he convinces his followers. People believe that the election is over. Oh, Jeremiah Kun, Tawan Gonglo Henta in the Makande, he even get one person behind.
yeah.
The other guy, Jeremiah Wapo, people were looking, but he will take at least 100 people. That's subtraction. And Mr. Cummings will take
A lot of people.
a lot of people support Nimakante, people support Mr. Cummings. He will take a substantial portion of the vote. Then CDC there. So when Eugene Franco makes this analysis and people falling for it, that the people who think like him, people who got brain turmoil, because that's what he said.
That's what I'm saying. The travel thing, he's suited neatly. You know, you just open
but
a
he doesn't belong to all of the tribes in Liberia, though.
No, but that particular unity party today is the most travel. I tell you, anybody, if you find few, 10 out of, I say 100 out of, you find one person say, no, I'm supporting Joe. But all of them from Lofa County. And I tell you, the travel thing is going to the extent. You see, Yeke Koluba, as much as we may hate him or like him, when it comes to the travel thing, oh, I cannot run campaign against my uncle. But I support a join a party that
Nobody already officially endorsed GMB.
That's the reason why he had to step aside, say, I'm supporting the man, I'm supporting the one. Only in Liberia, because it don't make sense. Somebody who is supposed to say, I see good leadership in a person, then time for election, say, oh, my uncle in a race, I can't run campaign against my uncle. What does that tell you? I rest my case.
Well, I think we got to do transition. So let's look at other news making headline. Recently, something strange. It's been happening. This is the second time, and I'm always thinking whether it should actually be this way, where the chief of staff of the armed forces of Liberia, General Prince C. Johnson, is not Prince Y. Johnson, but Prince C. Johnson III, is making some political statement. The last time he came up with what seems to be a very stern warning to the population of Liberia, giving his position as head of the military, the people who carry guns, who can change the system in 1 minute. That this election, during and after the election, if anybody will get in the street, the military will act accordingly. And I know when the military is acting, they're not coming big drum for you to dance. They're shooting and killing people. That's what they are trained to do. Military men is not there to make party. They're there to shoot and kill. That is the first mandate in the military that you get when you join. Okay? Shoot and kill. That's the first mandate that military men get. So the general made that statement, and it was in the media for some time. It died down. And just a fortnight ago, he also comes out with another cantankerous suggestion that government officials, but he on Spoon Talk, he did not actually call the Spoon Talk, but he called Eugene Frangon because Eugene Frangon was conducting, and he said he's not in the country at the moment, but his statement was taken out of context. So we just want to make that clear, that he said he did not exactly say what he said about him. What he said, he was probably making reference to his military group, but he said he will come to make a clarification. But in the absence of that clarification, what we heard in the news was that he said all the people who want to contest elected positions should be tested for drugs. So for me, I think that statement is a little bit political when the military is not supposed to be involved in politics. This statement, the kind of statement should be coming from politicians, policy makers. The military is there to only take orders from the president in terms of emergency. But you can't be the one to, okay, so what if the president is tested positive for drug? What will he do? The first president, the president pro tem, the chief justice, what will Prince Johnson do? Will he come from the barrel to remove them or dismiss them? What? He was appointed. Now, so that same call, Councillor Tawan Gonglo has joined, according to the news, the New Dawn newspaper here from Monrovia, and the writer for that particular story is Kura Thompson, and they say that Councillor Gonglo says President George Weah should be subjected to the drug test, and because it's coming from Prince C. Johnson, so Councillor Gonglo is right. Okay, these are people, politicians, who are sort of be making a kind of statement. Now you appointee, political appointee. What if your boss, President Weah, is drug positive? What are you going to do? And this is the man who appointed you. They didn't elect you. So, Paul, that's it. I mean, as you can see on the screen, that's why your Army Chief of Staff said.
You know, if I were President Weah today, I would sack him.
If you sack him, they say because you drink drug.
No, I would sack him because
Yeah,
this
but they will
guy,
say you drink drug.
well, they can call it wherever. I will sack him. This is not his first time. This guy, if I can recall, is his third time that he had made some unbelievable, reckless statement before.
Yeah, he said somebody calling to, they telling him to go through the government.
Yeah, he got it. They texted him. So that's one. Remember, it's the same guy that was calling on opposition that there must not be trouble during the election. They must wait, they must go to the ballot. And so coming out now, say everybody that running for the post to be tested. What is he trying to say? You see, the president of Liberia is the chief of the armed forces of the Republic of Liberia. So this guy worked to stay in a barrel and make sure any trouble in the country, that's where they call upon him. But for him to be political, I've never seen that before. Even in the UK where we live here, you only hear the army general come out when the country engage in war. That's when they bring there for their expertise to say, oh, this is what they're going to do, and they will advise the government. Who is this guy? Is he want to become president overnight? Because the statement he making about that auto, if our we are this guy, or he need to face court martial within the army. Who are those people that texted him before? You understand? That is an allegation that the government should have followed up on this. Who tested you? And these people need to be brought a book. You remember the Flanzamito thing? Dota? He had a list of people that they were trying to lie on, and it didn't go well, and he died for his own stupidity. So this guy can go on this, telling people that, oh, people texted him. He will be sacked, and he will face the weight of the law. He have to produce those people. So something is not right with that guy.
Yeah,
we must be worried about him.
And you know, I think this is something that even other politicians were forgetting. Now it's in the political arena. Councillor Gonglo pick it up quick, and he's running with it. And
So-
you soon find out that
You see, Tawana is saying the president should be tested.
yeah, which is of course it makes
They
sense.
come for the chief of staff.
Yeah, because the chief will start selling. So the president must just get ready to be tested.
And the chief of staff work for the president.
For the
They
president.
will.
So you work for your boss, and then you say you leave message with a receptionist and say, and before anybody enter this, you take off their shoes,
Mhm.
and your boss is stay outside. So when your boss can, the receptionist say no, but you got to take off your shoes. Oh, so then the boss will say, but who told you? Say, well, I got a message from director so. So I think the president should know what's going on.
But whoa, leave
The
for
question I want to ask,
yeah.
before you can import, the question I want to ask, probably you can attempt it. Do you think Prince C. Johnson is looking at something that we're not looking at, for which he wants government or people who are going for elected positions to be tested? Is he seeing something that we don't see?
But that's what Terror is calling for the president to be tested. Because in any society, when there is the person who lead a country always set example. So if the chief of staff is calling for people to be tested, there will be presidential. The president is running to be for a second term, right? He vie for the highest seat. So he said those who are running, so that means the president should be the first one, should be tested. It makes sense. So if the president is tested, then maybe Omer Baka can be tested, then Cummings can be tested, Tewon can be tested, then the rest of them follow, because they say it's always they have this music, follow the leader. So when the person lead, everybody follows. So the president should be tested. Why is he calling that people that are running should be tested? That man is in the inner circle of the president. Are they doing something that we don't know of?
Yeah, wait, I come in. Let me put. I can't put it up from here. Or no?
What's that?
No. They write up. There is somewhere there where the councillor say.
I'll put it. I will start here, and then I'll go
Okay.
to the other one.
I think it's where the councillor Gongo say George Manenwea should be subjected to drug test. Cautioning him not to avoid it as he did with the COVID-19. They cannot be destroying our country when their children are not living here, and I highly suspect him of being involved in this narcotic. You see, so the council is now saying that he suspects George of being there. So the Prince C. Johnson thing, I think he did open a can of worms, though.
But this one say he within the inner cycle.
Yeah, so he's seeing something that we don't see.
Exactly. And how many of the inner circle are running for senatorial, senator, and presidency? So he in the inner circle. And that's why I said if I were George, I would sack him. Because what he done, he have put them on the spotlight.
But Paul, again, if you are George, you sack a gentleman. You sack a gentleman. What does that say about you? Because what would then convince the public that, oh yeah, he's sacking because the man.
No, the reason why I was sacking because I've been worried about him. This is a guy said that people tested him that they wanted to overthrow the government.
Yeah, but why is he sacking that time? Which is even more threatening. That statement was even more threatening. But
the other statement now saying I'm coming to go rerun. He tells you I'm gonna be tested for drugs. So why he?
Yeah, but so why is scared of? Why you can't go if you know you clean? Why you can't go?
But why under the guy's sleeve that he keep going after me?
They say that John Palmer waits on John Rice, like John Palance. But you see, let me tell you, definitely Prince Johnson's statement, in my own view, is out of context as a military man. But I think he opened a can of worms, and if the politicians cannot take it like Councillor Congress is running with it, the people can take it now and capitalize on it and demand that this happens. And that could help. That could help to weed some of these people out. Because I know a Carol Cree will not pass a drug test. No way. Even that fence said he not take it. Or even that paracetamol said he not take it. So a Carol Cree 100% will not pass. Then you got people like Jefferson Kweji. I don't think Jefferson Kweji will pass. Because the way the Paul can talk sometimes, I think that Paul he can be straight when be talking. The mayor John Boy said that 7 continents in the world. I mean, not 17 continents. Can you imagine? And this is a man who was supposed to be graduating with honors from the University of Liberia. 17 continents in the world. He went to sit down in America in an interview with intelligent people. Then he turned the people, let me be blanc, blanc, blanc. Can you imagine? Then you talk about you. I know you wrote a document you didn't. That boy he can be straight sometimes. So if they do the drug test, it will weed out a lot of people. It will block a lot of people. That's what I feel.
You're right. It will like
So
because
the president will not be the president will not be. I don't want to say stupid enough. Will not be foolish enough to go dismiss Prince C. Johnson. Now he will do it, but it will be at another time. But not now, because when he do it, he casts a dark cloud over himself. The biggest question will be why he dismiss the man, because the man made a proposal. What is scared of? If you know you're clean, or you're running, you're clean, you're go. You're fair yourself.
this is what we have.
Yeah. Actually, you see, I think the opposition should. These are some of the things that we've been talking. There are certain areas where the opposition is supposed to cooperate. Like on this one, all the opposition people demand that anybody running for senator, representative, or whatever, you should do the drug test, so that we can know. Because I mean, the citizens can also go with this, because we don't want drug addicts to be leading us. We don't want people to be bringing drugs in, because if no drugs coming to the country, people will not take it.
That's right.
See,
Wow. This
what?
the one really going after him. Oh,
Of course.
the- wow.
He said he suspect him of of being involved in narcotics. So and what the best thing the president can do in this case to vindicate himself, let him go take a test. Let him
But
go for drug test.
I would take the test if I were him, and then after that, I would sack the other guy.
I'm not sacking man if you clear. But if you fail,
Yeah,
you get sacking.
that's what I'm saying.
But I bet president we are betting 100 times. I bet him he can take a test. Let him go try. Yeah, this is a part. They cannot be destroying our country when their children are not living here. And I highly suspect him of being involved in this narcotic. So he should also be subjected. Let him not avoid the drug test. Can you imagine? Yeah. And let him the council put it, suspect him, accuse him. And so let him, he feel that he's clean, let him go. Because they want it not coming from opposition, it came from a appointee.
His
Making
own
the kind
inner
of proposal.
cycle.
Mhm.
Yes. So to our viewers, sorry, the bottom line page we have technical problem. That's why we air on our individual page. We're also on YouTube. On Tuesday, we should be back fully on our original page. We're sorry for the inconvenience, but share the show for those of you that following us. You can follow us on the bottom line radio. It's 24/7. It's on now as we speak. And we can also find us on Mind Tuning. We're on Twitter, we're on Instagram, we're all over the place. So follow us and kind of share the show. Sorry for the inconvenience, but on Tuesday we shall be fully back on the bottom line page. Thank you.
Mhm.
Lingford?
And then Paul said we actually have no control over that, because we only use Facebook, and they decide sometimes to remove remove the system, and then they can put it by any time. Probably they do it for adjustment reasons or something, but we have no control over it, so we cannot control that part. But we do our best to come to you on Tuesday, and we hope that we're going to be fully on the bottom line Facebook page, and then you can watch us. But right now, just share the video. If you share, uh, and some of your friends join in, you will see them. We cannot see them because they may not be our friends as well. But Paul, is there anything else you want us to look at?
Well, let's just hope on Tuesday things will be normal, and then we can actually dive into the. But Tuesday we might have a guest, so let's keep our finger crossed. For then that'll be a surprise guest we'll have on Tuesday.
Mhm.
So so far I think it's good, and I want to say what the Arabic world, to all our Muslim brothers and sisters,
Eid Mubarak.
Umbara, and thank you all for fasting and praying for us, and I hope Allah continue to strengthen you people. This is good, and I wish I was in Liberia today to join my brothers and sisters too and have a very good food, because the food is all over the place. And I wish I was in Manchester to celebrate with my brother Jamal Kamara over there and Omen Dolly. We say thanks to you guys, El Mubarak, and we shall see, and maybe one of these days we'll give you the Mandingo Fanta, which is super more, though for small thing inside. Then we'll all celebrate with you guys. So I just want to
I remember when we were growing up, our friends, we used to go to the mosque. We break it fast. Then we go to there was Aladura church right near us. So the Aladura people, they like cooking to go to Mount, I know I got Mount Tabura or Mount something. So we can go there, we beat a drum. Me and my men and say, good, we go, we eat, then we come home. So we didn't know whether you Christian or you Muslim, but what we need our God. So we go our men and we eat, then we go on the other side, we eat too. So God is one, and we're happy that today was Eid Mubarak, and after a whole month of fasting, I know it has not been easy, but it is worth the price, because your eyes are set on a bigger price, and that is to inherit the blessing of God. So we on your side too. We are with you people. Let me, when I hear about the Muslim and Christian thing, it's like it's like there is one God, but people call it different names, and people will, it's just like the food we eat. Okay, rice. Rice are rice, but people can cook rice different ways. Some people can cook jollof rice, some people can cook turkey on the rice, but it's the same rice. So the name of the way we call God. Why may call it God? So we just hear the word God, but my people call it Walla. My parents people call it Allah. So you see, people will call it different names.
call it Yeshua.
See, people will call him different names, but then it's the same God. So we all together. At the end of the day, I believe what the Bible said. The Bible said, in the end, the Bible said, I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. So now I hear people telling, oh, that man, that bad man, I'm gonna make him go to heaven. God said that means will save who I want to save. Yeah, you got no.
My man, so the thing become more complicated, because God also say He made man in His own image. So me, I know our God because He made me in His own image. So that my interpretation.
Yeah. God said He made us in, and then He said, I will save who I want to save. So you can go to church from now to tomorrow.
My man, I will put my holy blessing on you and save you, because I go in my own realm.
My man, you not go. You go you got picture. No, you know what image is? Picture. So your picture is not yourself. I can tell your picture I'm born, but I'm born you. So your image is not as same as God. We are just his picture. We look like him.
Okay.
But then God some, because some people fine. So God get fine, then you get ugly people.
So that how God look. If you say in His own image, so then
I used to have a friend who said God get plenty children, God get Baba children, Google children. He said, wild people. So
and God get boku of them in Liberia that's stealing from our people. They plenty.
Yeah. So, and you'll be surprised. Some other men will be saying, I ain't heavy, my man.
Oh, that one. That the place now you may play with God. God, what that one did not do.
No, but God finished telling you already. God finished telling. God say, I will save who I want to save. You'll be surprised. See, Mele, Darren, Prince Johnson, and say now on the heart. Say, what?
They'll be on the right. But this thing, therefore, that you strike a point. This is true, because if you read the Bible, they said the Jewish people, they will go wipe a whole town.
Yeah.
King David, King Solomon, all these people. Then the Bible said, when they died, they sat on the right hand side of God. You wonder.
Because God instructed them.
But wipe a whole. You see.
The first military coup in the world, it was sanctioned by God. Because God would tell the people, you go overthrow that king, and they will go and do it.
So you're right. So Prince Johnson that could go sit down, General Ball naked, and be sitting on the right hand side of God, and people be wondering about what the people doing here.
Prince Johnson, they with somebody injured, and they say, what? The Prince Johnson he said, no, I believe it. Well, anyway,
Yeah. But
God,
anyway,
God,
Air Mubarak to our
yeah,
brothers and sisters.
we are just
Yeah,
sharing
they
fun. Not that
done
we're making
well.
fun with the God thing, but the serious thing about it is God is God, and He has all the power. He knows who you will save. He knows what you will do. And sometimes I get tempted to believe that God will not waste His time. There is nothing like judgment day where God will waste His time. Say, Paul can't say that to me. Why you wasting your time? Want me? Want owe me? Catch me. Why you want? Maybe when I die, if I'm going to hell, He told me that I'll be there. I will not
Man,
ask you anyway.
some guy told me a story say hell would be a very interesting place. So I said, what do you
It
mean?
could be.
He said, look, just imagine Everett Presley, Michael Jackson, all of these actors, all these bad guys that were doing all that were taking all the everybody just in heaven and the kind of music I'll be backing
You see,
24.
this is a misconception now. Where people think that
Aha.
people then let that will be. No, God will say, no, I will save this man. You'll be surprised. Go see small garden in heaven. But let me tell
That's
you a story. Just before we go, let me tell you a story to kill the time. There was this guy. He had a lot of friends. He was very famous. He had a lot of friends. Some of my friends were musicians, like you're talking about Michael Jackson and all the guys. Then some of them were bad guys who steal. Some of them were killers and all these things. So they died before him. So
yeah.
in his mind, all the men that went to hell. So then later on he died. When he died, then he got to the gate. One big gate. The other road going to heaven, the other one going to hell. But he was good. So he went, the angel directed him to get to heaven gate. So when they
Oh,
opened the gate, he saw the place quiet. People just moving about their normal business. You will hear people singing in the church, that kind of melodious song. But then on the other side here, my man, I said all the music and thing about were barking the speaker, boom, boom, boom. So the man stood up for long. Then he asked the angel, he said, what is this? He said, I played a bar play with that hell. He said, oh, but how the people that happy so? He said, my man, I played a bar play. But today, they get free time
look at that.
to enjoy. God get them free time to enjoy today. So that why the guy said, no, man, I think you fooling me. But let me give my, because they put a man in heaven get all ready for him to go. He said, give my bed. Let me go check to that place. So so the angel said, you sure? He said, yeah. So the angel tell him, man, bed, put on his bed, then he open the other gate, went inside. Oh man, when there good time, man said, man, what you waiting for? Come here, my man. Oh, you open the man more beer. And they start drinking. Then they
But
asked him,
then
say,
you know that fun place, oh?
yeah. Then they asked the guy. They said, but man, what you waiting for? He said, my man, I don't know. He said, but when you came, where they send you? He said, they sent me to the other side. He said, oh. So the guy said, but I went there, the player is quiet. They said, well, man, but here is the best place. But the player, and now he said, they want to tell him the secret. So the man, he went back to the angel and said, just like it, all give me, I'll be on the side. So the next day, God moved that good time getting that freedom once in a while. So the freedom was over. Then all of them start growing tail now. So when they start eating in the dumper, he said, oh, then he may turn around. He look at it and say, oh, but my man, because I was so good to heaven. Then I come to the Bible and say, yeah, my man, that how we ill. Say, but why don't tell me yesterday? Say, my man, but we can change. We can be good Sunday. When God get mercy, we can enjoy it. Then the other day be like that. So he went to the gate, he knocked the door. When the angel opened it, he said, my man, what can he say? No. You say all that. Some guy. Yeah, so but God will have mercy on us, on those who will have mercy on, and that's it. So we all we need to do is to pray, ask our Creator to give us the mercy that He thinks we deserve, because we really don't want it as humans. But he said He will have mercy on us. So Paul, that's it from my end.
Yeah. So that's it. Yeah. So to our viewers, sorry, our
Sorry
page
that we
is
couldn't be
blocked,
on.
and we'll be back here on Tuesday. By His grace, if we get the page running before the weekend, we could have another show on Sunday. By His grace, but however, thank you for being with us, and then we shall be back here. So, what do we close with? That men can talk all the new hit.
Yeah, I think men can talk all, because what happened to them, men can talk all. Our the people
Yeah.
they suspended our app from Facebook, but men can talk, or maybe it'll be
American talk, or maybe American talk, or reported us too. So we got to find out. But on Tuesday,
men
we'll
can
be
talk.
back on.
Oh, what?
Yes, sir.
I like
So
that so man.
yeah, we'll say good night to all our viewers. We'll back here on
Good night.
Tuesday. By God's grace, maybe we'll have a show on the weekend.
Yeah, sure.
Men can talk all. Yeah, sometimes, yeah. Amen. Men can talk all. Yeah, men can talk all. Men can talk all. Walker, men can talk all. Men can talk all.
Switch it up, baby.
Yeah. Men can talk all. Men can talk all. Amen. Men can talk all. Walker, men can talk all. Men can talk all. Yeah. Men can talk all. Men can talk all. Amen. Men can talk all. Walker, men can talk all. Men can talk all.
Let me read for you. Everybody again read. Let me read for you. Let me read for you. A readers, a constituent pastor.
Yeah. Men can talk all. Men can talk all. Amen. Men can talk all. Walker, men can talk all. Men can talk all. Yeah. Men can talk all. Men can talk all. Amen. Men can talk all. Walker, men can talk all. Men can talk all.
Everything Obamagay have done is with the consent and with the acquiescence. That's the correct English, right?
Go and ask your grandfather.
You say you like that?
Men can talk all. Men can talk all. Amen. Men can talk all. Walker, men can talk all. Men can talk all. Men can talk all. Men can talk all.